Imagine waking up in the world's richest empire, only to realize that the money in your hand, once backed by pure gold, has suddenly become nothing more than a worthless piece of metal. How does a superpower that ruled 3 continents lose its entire economic foundation overnight? How does an empire with endless wealth, legendary armies, and the most advanced financial system of its age collapse because of money itself? Today, we uncover the hidden story behind Rome's sudden economic death, the secret decisions, the financial tricks, and the impossible pressures that turned an unstoppable empire into a hollow shell. And in the end, you might realize the same pattern is happening again today. Set the stage background plus teasing twists. Before Rome fell to invading armies, before emperors were assassinated, before cities burned, the real collapse happened quietly inside the empire's currency. For centuries, Rome was powered by the aureus, a gold coin so trusted that merchants from Africa to India accepted it without question. It made Roman trade efficient, Roman soldiers loyal, and Roman wealth stable. But behind the scenes, emperors faced a growing problem. Maintaining a giant empire was expensive: border wars, endless armies, public games, aqueducts, roads. The treasury was draining and gold supplies were drying up. So emperors turned to a financial solution that seemed harmless. A decision that would haunt Rome forever. Origins: the rise of Roman money. Rome's golden age was built on discipline, strict gold content, balanced budgets, and a tax system that brought wealth from the provinces into the capital. Under Augustus, one coin, the aureus, contained almost 100% pure gold. The silver denarius also remained stable for generations. As Rome expanded, more provinces meant more revenue, more trade, more gold flowing in. The money supply grew naturally, and the empire thrived. But after territorial expansion stopped, gold inflows slowed. Expenses did not. Suddenly, Rome needed money it no longer had. The breaking point: the moment the money died. It began subtly. Emperor Nero reduced the gold and silver content just a little. And then later emperors reduced it more. And more. And more. By the 3rd century, the denarius had lost over 90% of its silver content. By the time of the crisis of the 3rd century, coins once made of silver were mostly bronze coated with a thin, shiny layer. People noticed. Prices exploded. Merchants refused to accept coins, soldiers demanded higher pay. The government minted even more worthless coins to meet rising costs, which only made inflation worse. This was the moment Rome's economy died, not with an invasion, not with a civil war, but with a financial spiral that could no longer be undone. Fallout: the empire comes apart. With money collapsing, Rome changed overnight. Trade routes broke down, nobody trusted payment. Provinces began hoarding goods instead of selling them. Tax collections failed. Farmers fled their land. The black market replaced official markets. Soldiers were paid in land, grain, or food instead of money. Imagine the world's strongest empire unable to feed its own armies unless it bartered livestock. This was the true beginning of Rome's fall. Failed fixes, desperate solutions that made everything worse. Several emperors tried to fix the mess. Diocletian created new coins, set price controls, and forced merchants to accept currency at state-mandated prices. This only led to a massive black market and punishments that fueled resentment. Constantine introduced a new gold coin, the solidus, which temporarily stabilized trade for the wealthy, but ordinary citizens remained trapped using debased currency. Rome never recovered the trust it lost. Once people stop believing in money, no empire can save itself. Modern parallels: the pattern repeats. Rome printed coins. We print digital dollars, euros, and yen. Rome faced runaway military spending, political chaos, and rising inequality. Many modern economies face the same pressures. Rome debased its currency until it became worthless. Today, over 20 countries have experienced hyperinflation in the last 40 years. The pattern is not ancient, it is repeating right now, and every empire believes it is the exception. 3 takeaways plus final warning plus call to action. Takeaway 1. An empire's strength depends on trust in its money. Once broken, collapse accelerates quickly. Takeaway 2. Inflation is not the problem itself. It is a symptom of deeper political and financial dysfunction. Takeaway 3. Economic collapse rarely looks dramatic at first. It begins quietly, with small decisions that seem harmless. Final warning. Rome didn't realize it was falling until it was too late. Modern nations are making the same mistakes, overspending, weakening currency, and assuming trust will last forever. Call to action. If you want more deep history breakdowns that reveal the hidden economics behind the rise and fall of empires, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this ongoing story of power, money, and collapse.